Alright, now we're going to do the Dog Canyon Trail. You can see it's 1.9 miles and it goes out there. That big gap out there would be the canyon, so that's where we're heading through the desert. So let's start and see what the trail looks like. Brighten that up a little bit for you. So kind of a desertly landscape. Let's go over to the side a little bit. You can see what it looks like over yonder. A little bit this way. And again, down there's the Dog Canyon, so we'll be taking some videos as we go along. Yeah, these little rock stacks you see, this is probably the fourth one we've seen so far that kind of marks the trail, I guess, in case you lose it. That's the trail out there. Down there you can still see the canyon, so we're heading that way. I'll walk through here just a few seconds. Get the feel for it. Little tiny washout right here. And over that side of this mountain, you can see how that rock at some point up there broke. It came all the way down the side. So that's definitely different. Okay, way out there is our vehicle and another white truck. Well off in the distance, so we've already come this far. Zoom in out here. And they're somewhere out there in that direction, but my screen is so small I can't really see them. But they are out there, so we've already come a good way. It's quite cool today. In fact, almost cold. I'm turned away from the wind. Let's turn around here. We'll turn into the wind and back to the trail. You're probably getting all kinds of wind, I would assume. And it's quite cold winds. We're walking along the trail here. Getting close to the canyon. You should be able to see up in front of us. Somebody walking along with that. I just had one guy passes wearing a big funny hat. So we're about to run into some. Okay, we're still walking down the trail here. We've probably passed a half a dozen or more worker bees that's working on this trail, cutting limbs and stuff. But you can see we're going down the trail, and down there's the canyon. We're getting a whole lot closer. So video some more in just a little bit. When we get a little bit closer, I'll light that up for you as well, so you can see for a second. We're going through this trail for a little bit. It's been a little grassy, as you can see. The canyon's over up there. More of those rocks. Then we go on here. I tell you what, let me show you. Up there is the sun, nice and hidden. And you can see that back here, it looks pretty gray actually. So, and it's actually still pretty cold. Okay, we just come up on this sign here, you should be able to see. It says Dog Canyon Trail to the left and Devil's Den to the right. Sounds pretty ominous, doesn't it? And you can see our trail here kind of comes out into a great big old road. Literally. And in fact, here's another little stack of rocks to mark the trail. So this is the way to Devil's Den then, which we're not going. But it's somewhere out through there. And then here's a big wall of dirt, as you can see. And this is the way to the Dog Canyon. So that's where we're walking along here. We run across a tumbleweed. And yet, what does Bob Ross always say? He says, well, he can't be out here by himself. He needs a friend, doesn't he? So let's look right over. Look at there. He's got a friend. There's two of them out here, just kind of hanging out in this tree. Down here in this little wash trail that we're walking. So, canyon's out there, but from here you can't even see it now. But we're along this river bed here, and you can see these are pretty good sized rocks along here. In fact, I'll show you. Put my foot right here alongside of this rock. You can see that. These things aren't no joke. And they get bigger and bigger through there and on down as you walk. So, and the canyon is right over there. Okay, so now we come across, here's a trail we've come down. And we come across this big old rock here. As you can see, this thing is, oh, I don't know. Well, by the time you go up to the end, it's got to be 100 feet, I'd say, at least. Of course, up there in front of us, you can see that little gap. That's actually going to be the canyon once we get around there. And great big boulders over there. So here, I'll walk a little bit and show you as we come across here. Great big boulders here. You can see there's another trail marker there on top of that. Big old boulder. And see, this even goes down a little piece here, a few feet. So, and then it goes on this wash, and there's a hill, and here, there's the sun for you again. Still behind the clouds, but trying to fight its way through, but having a hard time. Okay, we entered the canyon right there. It kind of sneaks up on you. You don't even realize you're in the thing. So that's why I didn't get back at the beginning, but that is the beginning right there. So that's good enough. And then you can see these big old high walls right here. And if you look right there in the middle, right there, pretty much in the middle now, big hole, like a cave. And if you look at it, it actually looks like a heart. Zoom in on it here. And if you look at that, it really does. It looks like the shape of a heart. So that's kind of cool, I think. Then, let's just turn around here. I'll show you the walls of the canyon. And then, great big old, see that big old rock right there? Gigantic boulders. Boulders here all on the ground. And there's the canyon. So if we get down there around that curve, I'll take some more and we'll get you some various video in here. I'll get you a little bit of this wall right here. Pretty tall up there. Little holes down through there. I don't know if you can see those or not, but pretty neat. Alright, let's lighten this up so you can see down through here. Because it's definitely shady. Of course, it's a cloudy day too. But that's the trail on down there we're going to be heading. But look at this. That is pretty tall. You see some great big holes up there that I would imagine various birds and other little animals live in. And here, I'll tell you what, I'll take us back around. That's obviously where we came from, and we'll be heading back through in a little bit. But this is in the canyon itself, and just those things are pretty tall. And then on out through there, and that's where we'll be going for a little while. So let's continue on. Okay, so here we've exited the canyon, so we've actually made it through. That's the end of it right there, and I'll show you how tall that thing is. That thing is gigantic. I don't know how many hundreds of feet that is up there, but it's quite a few hundred at least. And of course you can see it's just a wall of rocks. That's the left hand side as we're facing back into the canyon. And over here, this is the right hand right there. It's not as tall as the other one, but it's still pretty tall. See a big stick sticking out of the ground there. And so that's it. And then, well, here, I'll tell you what, let me take you on around. And here is the wash. Now supposedly from what I've read, a couple hundred yards from here is some ranch, so we're going to see if we can find that, and then if we do, we'll film that, and then we'll be looking for that ranch. It's supposed to be out here somewhere. We're looking back at the canyon, of course, that we came through. That's Dog Canyon. So, if you come out, these hills here, down here, this great big wash. And again, these cameras are tricky, hard to tell what's what. I'd say that's, at least 30 feet down, I'd say, in that big wash. But anyway, here's the ground, and nowhere do I see any ranch, any makings of any ranch, or anything else. Here's the way that I came from. And then of course there's these big hills here. And right over there, we're right back to the canyon. So, I'm heading back. We're heading back. Ooh, I'm feeling a few drops of rain. And here's a sign backwards that says Dog Canyon Trail, which is to my right. Devil's Den to the left. And I actually felt a few drops of rain, so we'll all get wet here. But there's that, and there's the trail. Walk just a hair of it. And then we're heading on back out. Okay, been walking for quite a while. Our vehicle is way out there, so it's pretty small from here. I'm sure this video is probably not even picking it up. But trust me, it's out there, but it's still a ways. I'll just give you a quick 180 here. that this is where we came from. And in fact, if I step out here, there, you can see the mouth of the canyon way down there. So we're about halfway back or so. I guess. Right up there is our vehicle, probably 400 or 500 feet away. So we, all intents and purposes, we finished it. And then let me shut this off and start way down there. Is the canyon that we come from. So we've done this whole walk, and you know, where's where the rocks let off the mountain. So there you go.